Hey guys, how you doing? It's Phineas. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're better than I am. Just got caught in a rainstorm in England. God bless England. It rains a lot. So hope you're all doing all right. Want to make a quick video today. I had this on my mind. I've just been running through the rain and just thought I want to make this one straight away because it's something that I'm certainly going through at the moment. And I think if you're on the path, which I hope a lot of you are, on some sort of spiritual path, because that's the point, that's the reason we're here. So if you're not on one, start today, because I really believe that's the point in life of self-realization. But for a lot of you that are trying to awaken, who are awakening or have awakened, then this issue you may well have faced, and I'm certainly going through it at the moment. And but basically, throughout your life, you're conditioned and you will be taught an ego, which is conditioned. And as a child, it kind of serves you well. As an adult, it can really be very warped, and that ego can hold you back. And in worst case scenarios, like it did with me, it can make you very ill due to fear and due to uncertainty and due to self-doubt and due to anger, whatever that may be. Now, the holy grail for all of us, I believe, is finding the true self. Because that true self is your essence, your pure essence, which is our life path to discover what that feels like. And in that true self and in that pure essence is your power. And boy, it's powerful. So powerful, I believe, that it actually scares some people. Now, I don't think we can even believe that we can be that powerful. I think we're conditioned by media, we're conditioned by relatives and parents to think that we're just that identity, we're kept small, we've just got to survive, pay the mortgage, have children, keep everyone smiling and then leave, gracefully, hopefully. We're not educated, and we're not ever told that by anybody this path exists. You have to find it yourself. Now, what starts to happen, I believe, if you start the spiritual path, is that you try, and maybe successfully or not so successfully, deal with those ego traits and release fear, release trauma from the past. I've done a lot of videos on kind of tapping and whatever else, and those sort of things are excellent. And meditation is obviously very good at getting to know yourself. But really, when you start doing those things, and maybe you do release patterns that are unhealthy, and maybe you do start getting a bit healthier and being more present, a lot of people don't take the dive into the true self because it's completely unknown territory for them. They've never been used to feeling like that. Feeling maybe a bit powerful. You can get glimpses of complete true essence and pure essence, which can be a bit uncomfortable, but it's where it's at. And I think what happens is that we kind of bump into that kind of feeling of, whoa, isn't quite you, it isn't your identity, it feels a bit scary, it's kind of, you don't know how to act within it. So you run back to safety, to the old patterns, maybe, to the you that you're familiar with, the you that can function, I suppose. Now, I don't think that fear is justified, because I think once you cross over the bridge to the true self and you start acting from your pure essence, from your true self, which you probably don't know what that true self wants to do in life, you probably don't know the talents and the attributes it has, the passions, the energy. So we run back to what's familiar. And that familiarity will just keep you going around in circles. Because you want to go back to true essence, but then you won't. And then you do, then you don't. Then you do, then you don't. I think it's about crossing the bridge over and just knowing that if you do rest in your pure essence, which can only really come, I think, if you release and release and release from your energy points, your stored memories and traumas of this life and past lives. And once you start clearing that stuff out, you start becoming more of who you really are. And that's when things might change in your life. That's when decisions might need to be made. That job, that relationship, that situation, do they need to change? Your pure essence might decide that that isn't going to work. It might decide that it does work. But I think you've got to be ready for the unpredictable. And that's what people don't want to do. They don't want to change their comfort zone. They'd rather be happy with familiarity. The ego certainly feels very safe being in familiar surroundings and not doing things that it doesn't want to do, things that make it scared. And fear will make your life very small, by the way, if you keep on getting more scared and compounding that fear and avoiding stuff because of fear of judgment or failure or whatever. But our path, I believe, is about finding the true self and resting within it and trusting it. Do things that make your heart sing. The true self wants to live in joy, connection with spirit, connection with God, the universe, the divine, each other. But it may come with some heartache as well. You may have to let go of stuff. And what I've come up against at the moment is I've had a glimpse of that true self, and it does scare me a little bit. And I think I don't want to. The fear is I don't want to change that much. I don't want to change my life that much. But then you may need to. But you might not. It's a very unfamiliar territory. But you have to be ready for the unpredictable, and you have to follow your heart and your gut together. And just know that things will unfold the way they're meant to unfold. And you must trust the process. You've got to trust God and your true self to work together to find and navigate your way through. So be ready for that. If you're on the path of self-discovery, the things will get uncomfortable, probably. Some things may need to be let go of, some things can stay, or some things can stay and improve the way you want them to be. The stronger you get, the more powerful you become. But just remember that ego wants to stay safe. It wants to stay safe. It doesn't want you pushing boundaries. It doesn't want you getting out there. It doesn't want you to just discover yourself. So be ready for when fear comes up. Because when you start acting differently and you start doing things differently and you've got more energy and that sort of thing, the ego will want to pull you back to familiarity. It doesn't want you to change. But I want you to change. And I want myself to change. Just have that in mind. Fear is part of the path and letting go is part of the path. And that's all something if you're on this beautiful and uncomfortable path back towards the source, back towards the divine, then these things are going to happen. But don't be scared, because that's what we're here to do, to self-realise our true selves and to bring our passions and our gifts and share them with the world. And then, my friend, you will live in joy. So I hope that was helpful, guys. If you like my videos, hit like. And if you really like them, you subscribe. And if you really, really like them, you can share them, which is awesome. And so I hope you have a good day. And I'm going to go and dry off now. And but the rain's pretty awesome as well. You know, I find the rain energizes me. It kind of cleans my aura, and a kind of a bit of the elements is pretty cool. So if it's raining and it looks uncomfortable outside, then put a jacket on and go outside, because sometimes you feel so much better when you go out in the rain for 10 minutes and come back and it's like, rah, gives you a rush of energy. All right, guys, love you all, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye for now.